In 8 weeks time, I'm going to be attending my very first triathlon. So in this video, I want to share with you my training plan as well as how I'm preparing my body to be race day fit. So for some context, the triathlon that I'm doing is by Trifecta, which is a 2.25 km swim, a 42 km cycle and a 15 km run, which on paper sounds very doable, but to do everything in one sequence is something else entirely. On top of that, I'm also training for my first proper full marathon by SGIM in December, so my current running training plan is more for this marathon rather than the 15 km in the triathlon. So training for any marathon is pretty different from training for a triathlon. With triathlon training, my approach had to be a lot more holistic. I had to focus not just on my legs but also upper body strength and just the technicalities of swimming. So every week, I'm planning to hit the gym 3 times, with each session targeting different muscle groups. Push days focusing on triceps, shoulders and chest. Push days focusing on biceps and back. And leg days focusing on legs and core. So far, I feel that this has been a very good spread. Each muscle group has ample time to rest and the workouts don't really overlap. So technically, I could gym more than 3 times a week if I really wanted to. Alright, so next I try to swim at least 2 times a week and I break this up into 1 long swim and 1 easy swim. The long swim is anywhere from 2 km to 3 km and I'm hoping to also increase the distance and pace over time. And the short swim sits anywhere from about 1 km to about 1.5 km. Truthfully, I only have the easy swim because I do that swim with my wife and I just finish up whenever she's done. But also, I think this is a sustainable workload considering every other workout that I'm doing. And just like running, there are easy runs and long runs, so I'm taking the same concept here, having long swims and easy swims. And for my runs, I'm still planning to do it 4 times a week. However, there has been some tweaks ever since getting injured with ITB syndrome. Currently, I'm doing a fixed sequence of 2 easy runs a week, which range from 7 to 13 km, 1 tempo run, which can be anything from progressive runs to on and off Ks or 1 km repeats, and 1 long run which starts from 25 km and builds towards 38 km. So at the time of recording, I've actually already finished week 1 of my training block, and to be honest, it's actually been pretty rough. I was only able to run 10 km out of the 25 km for my very first long run because of the knee pain that crept in since like km 3. And while this is pretty terrible training wise, it's also prompted me to start some serious training exercises, which I can feel that it's already starting to help, but I know that there's a lot more to do until the pain fully goes away. Alright, moving on to the apps that I use for my training. So for my training, there are 2 main apps that I use to structure my training schedule with a clear progression in place. So the Heavy app is what I've been using for all my gym workouts. It's great because you can use this app to create custom workouts and sequences and also easily keep track of your progression and your previous workout set. Honestly, this app has been a game changer for me. I used to hate going to the gym because I used to be very confused with what to do and I was also very self-conscious being there. But this app just helps me zone in on what my workouts are, and it also helps make me feel good because I can easily see what was the last weight and rep count for that specific workout, so I can easily one-up myself and consciously progress in any specific workout. The Runner app is the workout app that I've been using for all my runs, and I've been using this app ever since I took running a bit more seriously. So all 4 runs that I do each week is basically planned by Runner. This help takes the guesswork out of the training, and every run becomes very intentional, so training becomes very purposeful. So they do use AI to plan and customize your training plan, and while sometimes the workout might be too hard or unforgiving, you can also easily customize the difficulty of each run, the progressiveness of the training, so how smoothly or hard the training scales up, and even the max length of specific runs. So while unfortunately I'm not a shining example of how good a runner you'll be by using this app, I think the app is still fantastic for people like me who just wants to rely on a easy to follow training plan with many customizable features. Alright, so moving on to nutrition and hydration. Now, I don't have a fixed nutrition plan, but this is what I consume to just help with recovery as well as workout preparation. So first off, this is whey protein from MyProtein, and this is my protein supplement to help with muscle recovery and growth. Wow, I said protein a lot of times. I recommend getting the orange and mango flavor as well as the iced lemon tea flavors. They're pretty good. Moving on to running gels. I've been mainly using these 2 gels for all my runs. They are the SIS gels and the High Five gels. So the SIS gels that I've been using is this regular one. This is a strawberry and lime flavored gel, as well as these 2 other gels which contain caffeine, which helps to give you the extra punch and energy for example, your tempo runs or even the tail end of your very long runs. The next thing is hydration during my runs, and for all my runs, I've been using this 100 Plus Pro. So the 100 Plus Pro has additional protein and it's also got a bit more of an intense flavor, which honestly is a very nice kick of energy, especially during your long runs. And to carry this, I actually use this Flappy Flask. This is a 300 ml flask from Ultraspire, and I carry up to 3 of this depending on the distance of the run that I'm doing. So how I use all of this during my runs is that every 5 km I will drink half of this, so basically 150 ml of 100 plus every 5 km. And every 10 km, I'll take a regular gel, so either the SIS gels or the High 5 gels, which contain no caffeine. And only towards the tail end of my very long run, then I'll take out the caffeinated gels. So this whole setup is actually good for runs up until like 35 or 40 km, which is perfect because by then I'll be entirely out of liquid and entirely out of gels. But I will still be fueled enough to finish a full marathon distance, especially with the caffeinated gels. Alright, next for my shoes, I'm actually rocking a 3-shoe rotation. The Nike Vomero Premium for my easy runs and long runs, the Adidas Evo SL for tempo runs and even some long runs, and the Adidas Adios Pro 4 for longer tempo runs as well as race day. So the Vomero Premium is an expensive, heavy and big shoe, but it's super comfortable and plush while still being responsive and bouncy. I find that you can even pick up the pace when you need to because of the gigantic 2 Nike AirPods that are inside the shoe. But I must say that because of the stack height, the stability is not quite there and I almost broke my ankles because I wasn't careful. But for like 99% of my runs, this shoe has taken care of me so well. The Evo SL is by far my favorite shoe because 1, well, it looks very good, but 2, this whole slab of Light Strike Pro Foam is just super bouncy and responsive, while also still being comfortable enough for easier paces. Many people have commented on the stability issue of this shoe, but for lighter runners like me, I actually don't really get affected. So to me, this shoe just feels like the ideal daily trainer which can handle any kind of runs I throw at it. But right now, I've been mainly using it for tempo runs and long runs where it really shines. The Adios Pro 4 is actually my first set of proper running shoes, but it's also my least used shoe because I used to only save this pair for race days. But recently I've started taking this pair out for my harder tempo runs and damn is it so fun to run in these. Adidas uses a carbon fiber rod rather than a carbon fiber plate, but it practically works about the same. And along with the Light Strike Pro Foam, this shoe truly comes alive at those faster paces and longer tempo runs. So much so that I can confidently say that I probably couldn't have finished some workouts if it wasn't for this pair of shoes. So to me, I think this shoe is worth every penny despite its high price tag. However, I must say that these shoes are really not comfortable and I still get blisters up until today. So much so that I have to tape cotton pads to the back of my heel to avoid getting blisters. So as mentioned before, the first week of my training block did not go according to plan. However, with the inclusion of stretching to fix my ITB syndrome, as well as adding on gym and swim workouts, I've learned to give myself some grace and accept the fact that my body is not made of steel and I'm still human, so I need time to adjust to this new workload. I also need to start cycling on top of all that training, but honestly, the main concern right now is even buying the bike. It's going to be my first bike, so I'm hoping to bring you guys along on how that goes. But yeah, as of now, it's just back to the pain cave and looking forward to being on the starting lines on race day. But until then, thank you so much for watching and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. So until then, take care, see ya, bye.